What's up, guys? The Snowman here, and today I want to do some tennis talk because the draw just came out for the Madrid Open on the women's side. It's a very busy 5-week stint of the tennis calendar year. We've got the Madrid Open next week for both the men and the women, then Rome the following week, and towards the end of May, it'll be the French Open. So a lot of big-time clay tournaments right around the corner. For the women, Madrid is a premier mandatory event, so one of the 8 biggest calendar events of the season. Over $7 million will be doled out. The men will be there as well, but today I want to focus on the women's side of the draw. And as we take a look at Section 1 of the Madrid Open, let's first focus on who isn't going to be in Madrid. No Serena Williams, as she continues to rest and train and prepare for the French Open at the end of May. Also, Maria Sharapova, not 100% match fit right now, so she continues to train. No Bibi Andreescu, the Indian Wells champion, and no Amanda Anisimova because she lost in the first round of qualifying. The young 17-year-old American lost to Marta Kostyuk. So those 4 names not going to be in Madrid, but we do have here in this first quarter the number 1 ranked player in the world, Naomi Osaka, who hasn't been too hot since winning the Australian Open back in January. Just 5-4 since Melbourne, as she continues to work out the kinks with her new coach, Jermaine Jenkins. She's not the most comfortable player on clay, so she may not be the favorite in this section, especially with 3 big opponents lurking, and especially Sabalenka and Bencic could meet in the second round. It's going to be an awesome matchup, pitting the power, the ferocity, the thunderous ground strokes of Aryna Sabalenka against the all-court game of Bencic. Her ability to take balls early and steal time away from her opponents. The ball's going to be flying with the high altitude in Madrid. If Sabalenka has time, I think she has the edge, but Bencic, in my opinion, the best problem solver on the women's side of the tour. Very Federer-like in that regard. So that'll be a lot of fun in the second round. You've also got Karolina Pliskova. I think there definitely should be a lot of drama in this first section. Section 2 now, and you've got to love this draw if you're a fan of Simona Halep, the Romanian. We know her as the most consistent player on the tour the last couple of years, but she's also far and away had the most success on clay. Last year it was semifinals in Madrid, final in Rome, and then she won her first career Grand Slam at the French Open. She also made the Roland Garros final in 2017 and 2014, so she's played some really good tennis on the biggest clay tournament events. With her defensive style, it's so hard to hit through her on the clay. So comfortable on the surface is Halep. And then Alina Svitolina, another player in this quarter who has had productive showings on clay. Svitolina with a 68% winning percentage in her career on clay. That's better than her win percentage on hard court, way better than her win percentage on grass. And then Svitolina, the back-to-back champion in Rome 2017 and 2018. So she'll be defending that Premier 5 event trophy in about a week's time. And for some reason, I really like Svitolina's chances moving forward to win the French Open. That's what I predicted in my kind of bold predictions for 2019 video back in January. However, Svitolina has been dealing with some knee injury problems this season. She has not been 100% fit. Continues to kind of rehab that. Hopefully she's pain-free at this event, but again, that's why I think it helps Halep's chances even more in this section if Svitolina is less than 100. We've also got Suarez, Navarro, and Sakari, which should be a pretty good first-round match. Sakari's coming off a great week in Rabat, Morocco, where she is in the final right now. Beat Elise Mertens, who's also in this quarter. So I think the Greek could do some good things as well. One of the big names in this next section is Sloane Stephens, who has been super busy lately. Stephens recently hired a new head coach, Sven Grunfeld, and the German spent a lot of time, of course, with Maria Sharapova from 2014 to 2018. He also coached Caroline Wozniacki and a handful of other great players. So Sloane now on board with the German, and of course she also recently got engaged to U.S. soccer star Josie Altidore, so congratulations to that sports power couple that a lot of people love. Sloane could be seeing Angelique Kerber, the 4 seed here in this section, in the quarterfinals, and I would welcome that matchup. They have had a lot of tight battles over the last couple of years, but it could be a tough second round matchup for Sloane as we see Daria Kasatkina and Victoria Azarenka. They've got a blockbuster opening round matchup, in my opinion. We're going to get some long rallies in that match. 2 players who don't finish off points that well, especially on clay, but they love to play from the back of the court, and Kasatkina has struggled mightily in 2019. She lost her first 4 matches of the year, currently 3-8 record, But I love her clay game. I've also got Wozniacki, Donna Vekic, and Garbiñe Muguruza, the latter who remains the top-ranked Spanish player on tour, but has never made it to the quarterfinals or beyond here in Madrid. Mugu hasn't played since she won her first title of 2019 back in Monterrey, Mexico in early April, so certainly a lot of question marks for the Spaniard here in her home country. Finally, we get to Section 4, which may be the most loaded quarter of this draw, in my opinion, because we've got 4 of the top 7 clay court players in terms of the WTA Clay Court Power Index in Petra Kvitova, Kiki Bertens, Yelena Ostapenko, and Madison Keys. And we'll begin with the Czech Kvitova, who may be the favorite at this tournament. She is the reigning champ in Madrid, a 3-time champ at this event, and she won in Stuttgart just about a week ago to win her second title of the year. Became the first WTA player with multiple titles this season because the first 18 events went to 18 different players. That was a record in women's tennis. We have never seen quite this much parity at the top end in women's tennis. So that's been crazy. There's no denying, though, how dazzling Kvitova's form has been lately. She enjoys the conditions in Madrid. It's faster clay. The ball flies through the air slightly quicker because of the altitude. Sort of the least clay-like clay tournament, per se, if you will, in the calendar year. And she's right near Naomi Osaka in terms of rankings points, just 130 behind her for the #1 overall ranking in the world. Kvitova has never been the #1 player, so she can take over that #1 spot, whether it's in Madrid, Rome, French Open. She's right there. It's for the taking for Kvitova. We also have Kiki Bertens, who is another clay court savant. She was the finalist. She was a finalist at Madrid in 2018, and other players have so much respect for her clay game. That is Bertens. She's got a big serve, tied with Karolina Pliskova for the most aces on tour this year thus far with 192. Also has a tremendous forehand, just a pinch of variety in her game to keep opponents off guard. Loves to play from the back. It's so tough to get positioning against her. Constructs points beautifully, though, from the baseline. Madison Keys, then, who won her first ever clay court tournament in April at on the green clay in Charleston, South Carolina. She hasn't played many tournaments this year, but hopefully she's feeling healthy for this one. I think it's a loaded final section, though, like I said. Kvitova, there may be some fatigue factor there, but she's going to like her chances. Please let me know your thoughts about the 2019 Madrid Open. I'd love to know who you think is going to win. Thank you so much for watching, though. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media. Give me a thumbs up, and thank you so much. I'll have more videos very soon. Cheers.